Hi guys, I've just come back from a day's flying with the birds and I've just picked the kids up from school and come back and found this on my doorstep. I've been waiting to get this, very excited, so I'm going to get a cup of tea and let's open it up and see what it is. As some of you guys know, if you've been on experience with Carmarthen falconry, my heart lays with conservation, and we try everything we can to do as much conservation as possible. And you also you would have heard that I breed birds for people. I've got a couple of business partners, so I've got shares in some birds, and some of the birds that we also look after, we look after and breed for other people as well. So they're not technically my birds, I just get the fun side of looking after them. Also, I'm a huge fan of parent reared. So parent reared birds, other words, birds that are hatched by their parents, they incubate them, they live in an aviary, so they're brought up by their parents. Unfortunately, it doesn't always go that way. So this year, we had quite a disaster. We didn't have the best start to our, just pulled it out and we've got a couple of sweets in there for some reason. Didn't expect that. But as I said, we didn't have a great start. For example, our young sakers didn't go down. We put it down to the fact that the male's a bit jumpy. We had two-year-old Barbary falcons, which are not mine, I just breed for someone else. Put them together to bond this year, breed next year, and they went down. They successfully laid 4 eggs. 3 of them were fertile. Unfortunately, the female abandoned them at the last minute. We didn't catch it early enough, and unfortunately they died. Then we have our 2 Harrisocks, and our Harrisocks are female's 23 years old now. Male is, I think he's about 15, and they went to an aviary this year. And within 2 weeks of being together, she laid 3 eggs. Fantastic. 2 of them were fertile, and 1 wasn't, obviously. And they got to the pipping stage, and then unfortunately had that very hot weather, and they died on the way out. So we put that down as bad luck. But a couple of weeks after that again, she then laid some more. Again, 3 eggs. The first one wasn't fertile, the other 2 were. And we got them all the way through to hatching. And then unfortunately we witnessed the mum, when the first one hatched completely out, the second one was just about out, she thought it would be a good thing to lift the babies and take them and dump them in the aviary. And unfortunately they ended up dying. So this is what this is. And I used to do a lot of this. Let's put this down here for a second. I used to do a lot of this, and it's an incubator. We've got it, it's an Arcom. We got it as a backup. Because again, I don't want to get into incubating eggs on a big commercial scale. This is just for a backup. The reason we have it is because my female Harrisock, again, 4 days ago, bearing in mind 4 days ago would have been the 25th of September. She went down again, and she is now sitting on 2 eggs. We don't want to take the opportunity, or we don't take the chance, should I say, to actually leave her with the eggs, because we don't want to kill the eggs or kill the youngsters again. So my business partner, he was kind enough to get this. So back in the day when I used to do a lot of breeding, I used the octagon incubator. We had great success with that. Obviously, they're hard to get by, to come by, because I believe they're no longer being made. This is the model I want anyway. So I got the closest we could, or the closest that I thought would be good. Again, this is just a backup. This is not for the commercial breeding. So we've got the Archon King Suro Max 20, and this is the little puppy here. This is it. This is going to be the incubator that apparently, hopefully, it should do everything. So it automatically does the humidity, it does obviously the temperature control, and once it's through to hatching, we can also turn it into a brooder. But we have got brooders in the room already, because again, we've set up just in case mum or dad abandons the eggs or the youngsters. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this together. We're going to have a little bit of fun with it this evening, because I'm desperately having to get my Harrisock eggs out into this. Ideally, when I run my incubators, I turn them on a week before we're expected to use them, because I like to be able to know that everything's okay, we've got the setup and everything right. But obviously that's not going to happen. So I'm doing it now, doing it this evening, and then if everything works tomorrow, then if everything's okay by tomorrow, we'll have the eggs in it. So let's see this thing put together, and then fingers crossed we get it working. Right guys, an hour later, or just over an hour later, second cup of tea, we've now finally got the incubator up and running. We're just working the pump, getting the pump to pump the water through, which does all the humidity, because it's not just temperature control you've got to worry about when you're incubating eggs. If that all goes according to plan, we will, fingers crossed, get the Harrisock eggs put in tomorrow morning, tomorrow lunchtime, and then fingers crossed we'll go from there. So I'll see you tomorrow morning, and let's see if we can get these Harrisock's eggs in. Right, day 2 of our incubator story. Last night, great, fantastic. I got all the settings done. An amazing piece of equipment. Like I said, I used to use the old Octagon incubator. No longer, as I believe, no longer being made. So we've got this new Arcom one, and amazing kit, absolutely amazing. Took a while to read the book because it's been years since I've used incubators, and this incubator is fantastic. You can even mimic the temperature drop as if a parent was getting off the egg. So we've set all that up, we've got it going, we ran it all last night, the humidity is perfect, it stayed steady, the pump I've got set up right now which feeds the water in for the humidity. It's brilliant. So because it was working, I went out this morning to see the Harrisocks because today it is an office day, my worst kind of days around, which is quite lucky actually because the heavens opened up about an hour or so ago. So I managed to get out, check the Harrisocks. When I checked the Harrisocks first thing this morning, a little surprise, she laid yet another egg. The female we've got, she's 23 years old now. She's funny when she lays eggs. It's not in a routine. It's not like every day or day and a half or every 2 days. Later she lays another egg. Her first clutch she waited 7 days, so to say, before she laid her third egg. But that's 3 eggs now. So if everything goes the way it did with the last 2 clutches, the first egg won't be fertile, but the other 2 should be fertile. It's no guarantee. We've put them in the incubator now, and as you can see, we've recorded how it works. We've also sped it up a bit. We sped it up about 10 times because it does the full rotation within 2 hours. So it's always moving the eggs, and let's say if you look closely enough during it, you can actually see there is 3 eggs in there. So hopefully you enjoyed the little video. Hopefully you've enjoyed learning a little bit about what we do and what we do behind the scenes when it comes to incubation. And fingers crossed you liked it so much you might come back and watch another one. So if you haven't yet already subscribed, please do. If I don't see you again, have a good day, and thanks for watching.